we are still on our discussion on the 14 differences between men and women. This is the part 3 and the final part of this discussion. In our previous discussion, we actually established the fact that women are slower paced when it comes to a lot of performances. We also mentioned that men and women make and keep friends differently, and this has an impact on our marriage. The next one is that women are more emotional than men. These were looked at in our previous video. Please look at the information or the search button, the notification button, and make sure that you watch that video so that you can catch up with us. Today we are continuing by looking at some 3 or 4 other differences between men and women. And the first one is that women have more intuition and stronger senses than men. When we talk of intuition, what we mean is that sometimes women are able to sense certain dangers. They are able to pick up certain signals because of their stronger senses in areas that men wouldn't actually be able to do that. Why is this so? Men operate from the left brain because we are logic oriented, and this explains why men will do well in subjects like mathematics, science, engineering, and the rest, while women operate from the right brain, which is much more intuitive, expressive, and emotional. So you see that women will be doing well in the humanities and then in the languages. Yes. So basically, because of how we were developed, it means that a woman will be able to pick up certain signals that a man will not be able. And this explains why sometimes women are able to catch their husbands so fast when they cheat on them. Now, what does this mean in our marriages? If you are a woman, there is something you must note, and that is when men are used to reasoning before accepting views. Okay? Men are used to reasoning before accepting views. So if you are a wife, try to patiently communicate to them, giving them reasons for which you are saying what you are saying. Yeah, we know it's difficult for you because sometimes there are certain things you can't explain, but try your best, okay? Try your best. Try your best such that you would control your emotions. Learn to control your emotions, your anger, and then the careless words that you actually bring out because your husband is not understanding you or going along your way. Okay, try and dialogue with them in respect because we are all operating from different angles. Okay, it is very important. Now, for men, we have this for you. What we have for you as men is that try to allow your wives to be referees in the game of life. Okay, allow your wives to be referees in your lives. What do we mean by that? What we mean is that make sure that you make them aware of what is happening as far as your life is concerned, your projects are concerned. Yes, it is important. It will help you. Okay? Fine, they may ask you to stop 1 or 2 things because their intuition, their stronger senses may warn them, and remember, they mean well when they tell you that. So we are saying that make sure you pay attention to the warnings from your wives so that it will save you. If you do that, it will save you from many troubles and heartaches. Okay? We have this in history. Yes, in history, it is replete. We can mention of Julius Caesar when the wife warned him not to attend that meeting. Remember what happened to him? He died. They killed him. They stabbed him. People of the Bible to remember during the trial of Jesus before Pilate, the wife of Pilate warned Pilate about his dealings with Jesus, which Pilate ignored. Okay? So if you really want it well, please let your wife be involved in your life. It will help you a lot. Difference 12. Women rely on feelings while men rely on facts. Women rely on feelings. Let's bring a shopping scenario. You are going to get something from the market. A woman would want to pick a shoe that can last for maybe a day or two. She doesn't care. All she cares about is that people would praise her. Oh, you are wearing a nice shoe, a very, very beautiful shoe, and oh, that is it. And the woman is flattered, and that's all. But a man would want to pick a shoe that can last for years. For years. So while women are looking at beauty, which is feelings, a man is looking at what? Durability. The facts. Durability. So because of this, sometimes it brings about a lot of confusion in marriages. Okay, imagine your house, the amount of power left for you is just for 12 hours. That is from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, that is the amount of power left for you. Now, during the night, your wife feels warm because of the hot nature of the weather. Now, your wife wants you to put on the AC, the air condition, the air. Your wife wants you to put it on. Now, the wife is looking at her feelings. She's not looking at the fact that if the AC is on, all the power will be gone within a matter of some few hours. The fact is that your wife feels hot and wants to cool her body down. And you are basing on the fact that if the AC is on, the light may not, or the amount of power you have, the energy you have, will not be able to take you through the night. So basically, this is it. So what does this mean for our relationships? What this means is that women would always want to express viewpoints based on what? Feelings. While men would always bring out objective views based on facts. Okay? And when this happens, sometimes it's not easy to handle it as people of marriage. Now, because men rely on facts, if you are a wife, try and make sure that you sit your husband down, look at them in the face, and present them with facts, logical facts, and he would understand you. And then for men, we are saying that expressions of fear by your women should not be taken as act of cowardice, okay? So don't hide anything from your wife. Don't hide your plans from her. Again, don't ignore her warnings. It will help you. It will help you. It is important. Now, as couples, we are saying that make sure you exercise self-control. Try and listen to each other's views. Merge the ideas. Consider what each person is saying. Look at their feelings, okay? And try and agree on what will help all of you, okay? You all want your marriage to be better and peaceful. And therefore, that is what you need to do. The next difference is that women are auditory beings and men are visual beings. Women are auditory, which means that women are controlled by their ears, while men are controlled by their eyes. So, in marriage, if you want things to go well for you, you as the man should note that because women love to hear sweet, lovely words, men who use such words would always melt their hearts. Okay? So as a man, try to learn how to use sweet words on your wife. For instance, you complete me. I am glad you are my wife. I am lucky to marry you. I'm happy that my children have you as their mother. Okay? Try and tell them this. Oh, you are my sunshine. Without you, I'll be in darkness. Okay? Now that I've heard from you, I'm okay. Now that I have seen you awake, I'm okay. Try and tell her she's special. Try and tell her you love her. Okay? Do all these nice things. It's very important. Hold her and speak to her. Okay? Yes. That is what you need to do. You can say something like this. Oh, sit with me and I will tell you a story. And the story is that nobody is like you. Or sit with me and I will tell you a story. And the story is that your love fills my heart. Try it and you will like it. Okay? Yes, it is very, very important. Now, as a man, get to realize that because women are more sensitive to words, they are more easily hurt by abusive words that you will use on them. Okay? Yes, they are more sensitive to the abusive words that you use on them. Therefore, as a husband, you must be very careful with the words you use on your wife. It is very, very important. The next one that we want to say is that you as a wife should take note that because men are moved by what they see, smart appearances from you will sweep him off his feet. Try to be smart. Don't always look shabby. Whether you are in the house or wherever you are, try to be smart. Okay? Yes. Grooming is very, very important. Try and groom yourself so that you will appear smart and cute and so cool, and your husband will be happy to have you. Again, as wives, you must also note that since men are moved by sight, if you present yourself in a certain way before him, it will leave some lasting impression on them. Okay? Yes, try and get some pictures and hide them in his bag, in his office bag. It will help you. Yes. We are saying that men as creatures of sight are turned on by the beauty of women and can be kept on their toes by photos that make a statement. What it means is that always make sure that you are with your husband. Get him some photos. He may not accept them, but hide it in his bag, okay? In his work bag, in his office bag, in his lunch bag. When she sees you, she would want to look at you again. And if you do this, your husband's eyes are caught. He will not be looking at other people. It is very, very important, okay? Try and make that for yourself. Shall we continue? Difference 14, the last one, is that when it comes to sexual orientations, men are results-oriented, women are process-oriented. Now, during sex, husbands aim at final ecstasy, okay? Yes, but women would want to enjoy the processes involved, the sweet romantic touches, the soft caressing. That is what moves them. So if you are a man, get to know that if you don't prepare your wife adequately for sexual intercourse, she would experience pain, and this will dampen her desire for sex. So as a man, get to realize that women are interested in the processes that you take them through, okay, rather than concentrating on yourself. So as a caring husband, you need to learn proper ways to prepare your wife for sex. One thing that you must note as a man is that when your wife is sexually starved, she is tempted to look for satisfaction from somewhere else, especially from men who have time to listen to them and show them some form of intimacy. So as a man, get to realize this, that you don't starve your wife. What we mean by sexual starvation, let me explain. It's not denying her sex or, not giving her sex for about 2 months or 3 months. No, I'm talking about how you go about it. Okay, the processes involved. You know, if you don't do it well, if you don't actually learn about some of these things, you may have sex 3 times or 4 times in a week, but your wife wouldn't be satisfied. And when that happens, she may seek sexual satisfaction from somewhere else. In fact, a whole video will be made on this in our subsequent discussions. And that is why we're asking you to subscribe to this channel, so that when this video is out, you get to learn more about how to handle your wife. What to note is that if it is only you, the man, who gets sexually satisfied, then you are quite selfish and unloving as a husband. You have to take care of your woman too. It is important. Again, men assume that women enjoy aggressive sex, but the fact is that women actually want sex full of romance and ecstasy, and that is one thing you must take note of. The husband's true sexual satisfaction depends on how well he is able to satisfy his wife with good sex. Yes, so you must not be selfish. As a man, get to learn how to satisfy your wife in bed. What are you taking away from here today? Probably you may take along the fact that women are excited by sweet words from men, especially their husbands. So if you are a husband, you need to excite your husband, your wife, sorry. If you are a husband, try and excite your wife with sweet words. We have also learned that men get captivated by the elegant appearances of women. And therefore, as a wife, you need to captivate your man with elegant appearances, okay? Try not to be shoddy, or is it shabby? Yes, try as much as possible not to be shabby. I end by saying that your marriage should not be a burden to you. It should also not be a bondage to you. And therefore, do all you can to keep your wedding ring from becoming the handcuff of your life. Thank you very much. We hope to see you another time.